Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, here to react to the Raptors' 106-117 loss to the LA Clippers. The Toronto Raptors have lost 3 of their last 5. I know 2 of them have been to good teams and close games against the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We scraped by, and those 2 games that we won in our last 5 were to the Orlando Magic and Brooklyn Nets, 2 games that we barely scraped by. And you can make excuses. We've been on the road. We've played a lot of games in a few nights. But tonight, with the Boston Celtics inching closer and closer to us, a Kyrie-less Boston Celtics inching closer to us in the standings, they get a win. The Raptors needed this win to build a cushion. A team, LA Clippers, that haven't been thriving as of late either. We're home. We're absolutely amazing at home. This is a game we should have, without a doubt, had a win and should have been motivated to get that win for. So there's no excuse for what we lost tonight, but what happened, it was a really bad look for the Toronto Raptors. So we'll start out. It looked like the team was motivated to the start. So we'll start with the positives. Toronto came out and really took it to the LA Clippers. They knew this was a big game. The first couple quarters, Jonas was great. They were feeding the ball. They were swinging. The threes were falling. All of that great stuff that we've seen when the Raptors are playing well. But then we just got cocky, I guess. We let the Clippers back into the game, and we've been able to scrape games out against, I guess the Clippers aren't a bottom feeder, but these weaker teams. We've been able to scrape out the games if we keep them close. So we haven't had that killer instinct as of late. We let them back in the game. It was neck and neck to about the fourth quarter, and then we just got punched in the throat. Lou Williams said, "You guys should not have let me go." He came out, dropped 18 points in the fourth quarter. Didn't even have that great a game otherwise, but was ridiculous in the fourth quarter. He did have 26 points, but 18 were in the fourth, hitting crazy shots over Fred VanVleet defense. And this is what happens when you let these teams stay in the game. Montrezl Harrell came out, absolutely bullied our bench mob. Even Boban Marjanovic, the guy barely plays any games. He came out and was just a presence in the game. I'm frustrated. This is a very frustrating loss for Raptors tonight because it was one that we should have won. We're a better team. They aren't a good roster. Toronto has to play with that chip on the shoulder. That's what makes us good. We need that chip on our shoulder. We aren't LeBron James. We can't just lose a bunch of needless games and then still have the overwhelming confidence in the playoffs. We need to go into these playoffs looking like the team that we've been all year. We need to go into these playoffs being the first seed in the Eastern Conference. We can't be blowing games to the LA Clippers, having our 2 best players combined for 22 points. If we want playoff success, we can't be going into these playoffs with Lowry and DeMar playing in a slump. I guess Lowry's been really good. Lowry had an off night tonight, but DeMar has been really rough as of late. He hasn't been hitting his shots. He needs to start getting to the rim more and stop settling for jumpers because he's still a phenomenal athlete. DeMar's one of the best scorers in the game. He can get a shot when he wants, but we really need DeMar to really step it up now as we get into the end of the season when we are fighting for that first seed because we need that cushion. I can't say it enough. I'm being repetitive about it because it's super important. We need that first seed. And Boston they're coming at us, man. If we play them twice and we lose a couple games to Boston next week, that makes this race needlessly interesting. We control our own fate. We can't be blowing games to the LA Clippers. And if we keep playing like this, we're going to lose to Boston. And I hate giving credit to the Celtics, but at least they're fighting without their superstar. We don't have the luxury of sitting back and letting our first seed bestow over the Eastern Conference and make them scared. That only happens when you have a guy like LeBron James or Steph Curry or Kevin Durant. Like, even the Houston Rockets with James Harden, who's going to be likely the MVP this season. They're winning games left and right. They aren't relaxing down the stretch of the season. We need to be like them. I don't know. I'm ranting a lot about the significance of this loss. We'll talk about the game a little bit, even though it's a tough one to talk about. As we said, Lowry and DeMar had off games. Lowry's been great as of late, but just didn't really take over tonight. He had a lot of assists, some rebounds and stuff, but in these types of games, you really want to see Lowry be more aggressive with his shots and get to the rim. And Jonas was great at the start. Really didn't get much going after the beginning of the game. Hit a 3, which is always great. Love to see Jonas hitting some threes. And OG started the game super confident. he was kind of like Jonas. Started the game, was looking like he was going to start breaking through that rookie wall he's been in as of late. He was dribbling a little bit, getting to the rim. He confidently took a 3 at the wing, and just still. Then after OG, I guess he doesn't get that many minutes after that bit of run, but we really need OG to step it up during the playoffs. Nothing crazy. We don't need him to become Kawhi Leonard yet, which is obviously going to happen in the next 3 years. But he's not there yet. He's hit a bit of a rookie wall, and we need him to get out of his slump. We need him to just go back to the things he was doing at the beginning of the year. If we want playoff success, like legitimate playoff success, like championships, which I know all Raptors fans really want right now. Serge, he's just a classic Serge game. Hit a couple threes, missed a couple threes. You cringe whenever he shoots them, but they sometimes go in. 12 points, 8 rebounds. The 2 players that really showed up tonight are Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. That's who I got to give it to. Fred, as always, 16 points. He hit 4 threes. Just really showed up. I guess Lou Williams kind of had his way with him in the fourth quarter, but the Raptors were playing a scheme where they were trying to force Lou into the big man and shoot mid-range jump shots over him. Not a bad defensive scheme. It was more the big men not stepping up. That was the issue. At least that's what I took from the game. That's why Lou Williams got so many buckets down the stretch. But nonetheless, Fred was the guy on him. But otherwise, he hit big shots when he needed them. Freddie's always steady. And Siakam. I mentioned this last pod. He had another game where he went 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. That's 100%. If Siakam can hit these shots in the playoffs, and obviously we get back to playing good Raptors basketball, then Toronto's a scary team. I know it's tough to take positives from a game like this, but Toronto's a scary team, and Pascal is cooking like that. He had 15 points, 6 rebounds. I really think Pascal is going to be a great player in this league. DeLon Wright's been in a little bit of a slump lately. Only 2 points. Hopefully he snaps out of it. And Yak, I guess Bebe's been taking a couple of his minutes last couple games, but he obviously didn't play tonight. Yak only had 5 points. 9 rebounds, which was good, but you like to see more out of Yak. And CJ hit a couple threes. Like to see him hit him at a little bit higher clip. He went 3 for 10 from the 3-point line. I just basically went through the entire roster. Our offense hasn't really been the issue. It's been the defensive energy. I think that's been the key problem. If you look at our past few losses, tonight we let the LA Clippers score 117 points against us. We let the Nets score 112. Cavs score 132. Thunder score 132. The Mavs when we had the other day, they scored 115. Now I know that was overtime, so that's a bit skewed, but still, if you look at our last few games, we've been letting teams score over 100 left and right, and our offense has been fine, but we really need to pick up that defensive energy. We were a top 5. I don't know if we still are, but a top 5 offensive efficiency team and defensive efficiency team. But the past couple of weeks, the defense has been looking pretty bad, not going to lie. I guess it's a product of us being the first seed and getting comfortable, I guess. But that stuff, the Raptors can't have none of that. Especially with how close the playoffs. We can't get in any comfort stages. We can't get into, especially on the defensive end. That's where the Raptors, Dwayne Casey coached teams are usually thrive. Can't be at that, especially with our roster makeup. Raptors play well with a chip on their shoulder. Let's not take that off and be complacent and all that. I don't know. I've been ranting a lot. Apologize if the negativity. We hate to have a lot of negativity towards the Raptors on a pod, but they need to start playing better. I believe they will. I think because they started motivated in this game, but I guess they assumed that the Clippers would roll over and die. But that's how it goes. Hopefully they'll turn it around. We have a big game coming up against the Nuggets, who are also fighting for playoff position. See if we can really take it to them after last time we played the Nuggets, they absolutely murdered us. So we'll see. Anyways, we'll get right into the segments. Tonight's GOAT play of the day. I kind of harped on DeRozan a little bit, but he gets the play of the day tonight. Lowry came in, did a nice little handoff. DeMar had a really nice cut. Got the ball. threw down a nasty jam. You know when DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry make a little play together, especially if it ends in a slam, it's got a good chance of being the play of the day. But not all plays can be the GOAT play of the day, and some just make you say, oh geez. And tonight, the oh geez play of the game, it goes to Lou Williams in the fourth quarter. That man was ridiculous. Came out, absolutely annihilated the Toronto Raptors, hitting those. We all remember. I miss Lou Williams. We saw Bismack Biyombo earlier in the week. I miss Lou Williams too. I guess it was good that he was gone, considering him and Gravis in the back wasn't a very good scene watching them play defense. But I miss Lou's little fadeaways, contested fadeaways that look like they have no chance of going in. But when he's cooking, they never stop falling. But made me say, oh geez, now as a Raptors fan, seeing him do it against the Raptors. But shout out to Lou Will, 6-man like Lou Will. Got no hate for the guy. Just hurts when he's doing it against the Raptors. Finally, the DeMar Carroll Gold Star Award. It's going to the whole Raptors tonight. Can't be losing these games as the first. If we want a legitimate chance of winning a championship, we can't be acting like this. Can't be losing these games. The Cavs are surging. We can't start blazing out. Anyways, that's it from me. It's a frustrating game. I believe the Raptors will turn it around. Let us know what you guys think. Know if I missed anything. If your thoughts on this game. Will the Raptors turn around for the playoff? What things do we need to change? Anyways, thanks for listening. Check out the Insta. Check out the Twitter. Check out all of that. You guys are the best. Raptors Nation for life. Bless.